Yo, bro, can I keep it real today? Like, I know don't get my clothes confused. Like, just cause I got this on, I literally just came from my mother's birthday dinner, and before that, I was at church with her. So, if y'all watch my videos, this isn't my regular fit, but I truly I wanted to talk more about what they don't tell you, what they're not telling us about discipline. Like, and this is about to be raw. This is about to be real. Like, no outline, no structure to this. And it just was on my heart. I just wanted to make this video. So bear with me. You know what I mean? If y'all been rocking with me, I just want to get this off my chest. Because I've been hearing all these videos and all these gurus and all these coaches or whatever you want to call them. And mind you, like, I'm not knocking people for, putting out content, and whatever helps you helps you. But they always leave out the thing that makes it so difficult to understand what to actually do, like the actionable steps and what discipline actually looks like, right? Because discipline is not sexy. The work you're doing, like, you might see these dudes, what you say, like the morning routine, the gimmicks and different things. And that's what people think discipline is, but they don't show you the realness, right? They don't show you the behind the scenes. They don't show you the struggle. Bro, it's not gonna be easy. I'm not about to sugarcoat it and be like, yeah, discipline, yeah, you just lock in for a little bit, go to the gym, get your mind right, you gotta read, you gotta journal, and everything's gonna be good. No, it's gonna be a process. And it's gonna be a slow process. And you're not going to, it's not fun. Especially depending on where you're at in your journey. Discipline is bigger than just getting a little bit more focused than you were. I mean, essentially, focus is a byproduct from getting more discipline, but it's deeper, bro. It's spiritual. You got to understand that we're at war. We're at war every single day, bro. This is warfare. Physical and spiritual warfare. You have ops on a daily basis. And those ops might be things that are normal to you, but those ops are keeping you from where you're headed, where you're meant to be. The opposition are some of the distractions that are keeping your attention. You see, our purpose is, well, I like to say, I believe that God put us here to serve a purpose. Everyone, no matter how big or small, no matter if you have a disability, a disadvantage, things that most people would say are not normal. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what you were born with, what obstacles you've been through. You were put here to serve a purpose, bruh. But the thing is, we let our flesh get in the way of figuring out what that purpose is. And when I say warfare, the warfare is here. It's us. We're battling ourselves. You might be distracted by social media. You might be distracted from substances. You might be distracted from women, men, depending on what your preference is. I don't care. I'm talking to men and women on this video today. We're human beings, and we're made of flesh. But there's something deep inside us that's eternal. And God gave us that, right? But we have to figure out why we were put here on this earth. And in order to figure that out, we got to get past what our flesh wants and unlock a different self, our higher self. Because that's truly how we get clarity and direction of where we're supposed to go. It's not about us. It's not our will. It's God's will. And listen, I ain't no pastor. I'm still on the journey. I'm still figuring it out. This is literally just me coming from experience, because I've been there, bro. I've been there. I've had it. I've had a lot. I feel like I lived a lot of lives. I've quote unquote been successful on the exterior. For those of you who don't know, I've controlled over $5 million worth of real estate, and back in my one of my businesses. I was doing rentals, flying across the world, put up different rentals in Mexico. We had some in the UK, all over the United States. Was doing great, cash flowing, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you know what I was doing with that money? Squandering it, focusing on things that don't really matter. And it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't aligning me with my purpose, right? So throughout all of that, I got into a depression. I gained 50, 60 pounds. I was about 240, 250 pounds at one point. This was a few years ago. I'm just getting past that stretch. I just got back down to where I needed to be physically in terms of my weight. But just from a season of not taking care of myself, letting my flesh win, my wants, my lust. Bro, I'm thinking I can just go through life. I got money now. I'm trying to, you know how it is, bro? Trying to put your hands in the cookie jars. And that's when it comes to women. Knock one down, come pick up another one. I thought that was making me happy. But really, I was feeling a void. A feeling of void because I didn't know what I wanted from my life, truly. So it's not about money. Because we can make money. If you know how to, if you have a hustle, you know, if you have some lick of execution, you can make some money. But it's not about money. It's bigger than that, bro. It's about figuring out who we're meant to be. But so when I say fighting the flesh, we're fighting these distractions and things that might seem normal, but they're not. And it's okay. It's okay to slip up. I'm telling you, bro. None of us are perfect. And you might see people on social media trying to portray like they're perfect, but they're not. A lot of people are fighting demons. And that's cool. It's cool, bro. It's not cool, but like, I want you to we just got to be real with each other. I fought demons in my lifetime. I'm still fighting opposition. I'm still fighting the odds, bro. But I'm way more focused because I figured out what fighting the flesh looks like. And I've been applying it for years, every single day. This is a daily battle. This is not, oh yeah, I'm about to start a little challenge this week. I'm gonna give this up, and then you get 2-3 days and you just fall back, and that happens. But it's about staying consistent. It's about really tying what really matters to you that makes you want to get into this. Because I'm telling you, if you're watching this video still, that means you're locked in on a different time frame. Your mind is already like moving in a ways that you want to make a change, or you're in the middle of making a change, but you're just looking for a direction on how to get there. And that's what I want to lead to. This is not just motivation. This is actionable things. So in my instance, after I gained on that weight, after all I did was roll up, I smoked a lot of weed, bro. I drink alcohol. I've done it all. Slept with women that I just met. Like, after a party, bro, I used to DJ. I was outside. Like, listen. But I was just feeling a void. It wasn't for me. But now I know where I'm headed. But it was only after I started applying these things that I was able to figure it out. People will show you the end result, but they're not going to show you the trenches. You might see somebody on a mountain, but they're not going to show you the valleys. I tell you right now, I hit rock bottom. At this point, I don't even think I'm not at my peak yet. I'm not even on the mountain. I'm still on my uprise. But I'm just trying to still share my story. But before I just continue to rant, I want to actually give you the actionable steps, bro. I want to give you the actionable steps, the things that you need to do. This is what I did in order to master my flesh and get clarity and get direction and actually listen to what God's will is. Because that's where abundance and fulfillment comes from. That's what actually makes you happy. A lot of times we just be chasing the wrong things, but when I first applied these first non-negotiable rules into my life, these habits that I started applying, bro, everything changed. The first thing I started to do was take care of my vessel. You see, if we don't take care of our bodies, like these don't live forever, but we need to treat them like Lamborghinis, high quality. So whether we're whatever we're consuming or however we're treating our bodies, that reflects on every single aspect of our life. Bro, I told you I gained 60 pounds. I'm not supposed, my frame is, like, I have a nice frame, but I'm not supposed to be 260 pounds, bro. That was devastating for me. Almost was in a hospital. So what I first started doing, I started actually taking the time to work out. Putting myself, not through strenuous work, but I just said to myself, all right, I'm not going to go a day without actually breaking the sweat, just doing something physical activity. And then on top of that, I'm like, you know what? I have to get my diet right. Because I can go to the gym every day, but if I'm eating just snacks, chips, cookies on a daily basis without no regard, because I struggle with binge eating, bro. Like, you got to understand, like, I would binge at night. I would go to Wawa 7-Eleven late at night, get 10,000 calories worth of food and snacks and just eat myself to sleep, knowing that I'm just trying to fill a void, my food with a void, because I'm depressed, because I don't know where I'm going. I'm letting the flesh win. But as I started locking in and as I started overcoming that, I realized that there's a bigger picture out here. I started seeing the improvement. I started losing weight. I started seeing the effects of what going to the gym does. It started becoming therapy for me. I started getting clarity, and I started actually being consistent in something in my life. But then I thought, yeah, what's next? I started eating good. I started working out. What's next? Like, what else can I do consistent? Next thing I started to do was journal. I got my journal right here. I have 10 of these every single day. Every single day. Like, listen, I'm not about to tell y'all something I don't do to this day. But every single day, I get a journal. Just get a journal like this. It can be simple. I just date it, put the date, and I just write my thoughts. Now, the effects of journaling, it sounds like, oh, you journal. Now, this ain't Dear Diary. This is getting the things that are in your mind onto paper. It's like a sense of releasing what's been holding you. Whether it's good things, that's bad things, just things to reflect on. And it also gives you a timeline, because you can go back to the season that you were in and reflect how far you've been. You have to keep track of these things. So it became therapeutic for me. So I started building a morning routine where I would go to the gym, I started to journal, and I started to apply something else. So after I got consistent with these things, I kept adding more on. And then I started meditating. I started meditating and incorporating meditation and prayer. They're separate to me. The way I look at it, I would pray, and I feel like that's like talking to God, just communicating, trying to get that closer connection. And meditation to me was listening to God. And I would just sit there and just let my mind wander. But I would be the watcher instead of getting wrapped up in the thoughts. I will watch my thoughts. The longer you meditate, the longer you're able to control your thoughts. Well, not control them, but you're able to dictate the differences between your higher self and your lower self. But all this won't happen if you're not consistent in the categories that I was talking about before. Then from there, I started thinking about other different ways. I'm meditating, I'm praying, I'm journaling, I'm eating right, I'm working out. But I'm like, man, I'm still partaking in things that I know aren't feeding my soul, my spirit. I cut out porn, alcohol, weed, different things that were blocking me from my goal, because honestly, a lot of those things, they'll take your joy. They're like desensitizers. And I can make a whole video on these bad habits, but I had to knock these bad habits out. I had to just stop cold turkey. Because if I was still gonna consume these things, if I'm still gonna get distracted, social media is one of these things that if you're a person who's always on online, TikTok, Instagram, that's those. It's not healthy. Especially the things I'm talking about is not healthy, especially when you overindulge in it. So I had to figure out what was bothering me. What was those things that were going to prevent me from reaching the destination that I wanted to head. So I knocked those things out. So this was gradual though, bro. People will try to tell you like, oh yeah, all you gotta do is work out, eat right, meditate, pray, do all these things all at once. Just throw it on you, and expect you to just be able to go through it, and then you'll be all right. But you're not programmed that way right now, and that's okay. You have to gradually learn what it takes to be consistent, and the discipline will come. But you gotta start small. We always try to speed things up, but that's not what the plan is. You're preparing yourself by you fighting this war and fighting the flesh. You're preparing yourself for the future, because God wants to give you abundance. He wants you to serve your purpose that He gave you. And it's not these things are things that will make you fulfilled, happy, that will make you complete. But if you're not doing the work on the ground, you're not ready for these things. He's never going to open a door for you that you're not ready to walk through. But when you're ready to walk through that door, He's going to be like, yo, enter. You put in the work. You now understand what I want you to do. So I say that to say, bro, you have to work on those habits. Think about where you are and what you could be doing better. You don't have to go through the habits that I'm doing. But a lot of those things are core. A lot of those things are the things that we need to be doing every single day. We have to figure out what that routine is going to look like, because it's only going to build you up and make you stronger. And outside of giving y'all some tangible action steps and things that y'all can do, I don't know if you watched my videos before, but I want to invite you to Unstoppable Nation. It's a community of like-minded people. Everyone's in there just trying to level up, become a better version of ourselves. And in there, we do something called the Monk Mode Challenge. It's just a 30-day challenge where you take a few of those habits, depending on what level you're on. You can start with 1, 2, 3. You can start with 7. Depends on where you're at. You just got to be real with yourself. And we have habit trackers in there. And every single day, we're all accountable for each other, and you're accountable. And if you really want to change, if you really want to transform, if you really want to fight this war and flip the tide, so now you have the advantage, I really suggest that you join. Just click the link in the description. It's Unstoppable Nation. It's free, and it can be the beginning of the change that you were looking for. And if not, bro, by all means, you can do this by yourself. I just wanted to give you something tangible where you don't have to do it by yourself, bro. It's a different type of accountability when you're doing it with other people, and y'all all are on there. Every week, we get on weekly reset calls on Zoom. It's all free, bro. But it's a vulnerable place where we can actually learn from each other. We're all going through lust. We're all going through different things. Like it might be drugs that you may have trying to get off of, alcohol. It may be porn, masturbation. It may be women, men, different things that are distracting you. Social media. Everyone has some type of distraction, and we can all learn from each other. So that's why it's just a free space. So if you are still even watching this video, if you're in that mindset, if you want to take that next step and that next level, join the community, bro. And reach out to me. You could DM me on there. and we could chop it up, man. I make these videos because it's just I just feel like this is what I'm called to do. But now it's about figuring out what you're called to do. And the only way that you can do that is by fighting your flesh. I'll see you on the other side, bro. Stay unstoppable.